Hi. Before you start your Desmos Match My Line activity, we thought it would be a good idea to have a little video refresher. So on the first example, it's going to ask you to adjust the equation so that the line passes through the points. And the line they give you does not pass through the points, and so we need to change it. And in Desmos, when you type in an equation, the line will automatically pop up on the screen, which is a great feature. So in the equation y equals x, that would be a line that looks like this. It has a slope of 1 and an intercept of 0. It's going through the origin. But that's not the correct line because it needs to go through the 2 blue points. So we need to find the slope of the blue points. So I'm going to draw a growth triangle, and you can visualize that. So I'd have to go up 1 and right 4. So remember my growth here, my m, my growth, my slope, is the change in y over change in x. So my change in y is 1, and my change in x is 4. So my growth is 1/4. So my equation is going to be y equals 1/4 x. Now normally I'd say plus b, which is the y-intercept or the start value, but this graph starts at 0. So I could say plus 0, but I don't really need to say plus 0. I don't really need the 0 there. So my answer that I would type is y equals 1/4 x. And then what's going to happen is when you type that in, Desmos is going to draw the correct line for you. So if you typed in the correct equation, you'll see it go through the 2 points. Another example is going to give you some points with one line already plotted for you, and that line is y equals x, and it goes from the origin to this blue point here, this one right there. So it needs to go from the origin through one of the blue points. So we need to figure out the equation of the other lines and type them, and then as we type them, Desmos will graph them for us. So if I go to the upper blue point, the one at the very top, from the origin, I have to go up 4, right 2. Up 4, right 2. Oops. So that means my change in y is 4, and my change in x is 2. 4 over 2 is the same thing as 2. And I already know my intercept is 0 because the line has to go through the origin according to the directions. So my equation is going to be y equals 2x. Then I have the blue point underneath the red line that already exists. And if I draw my growth triangle there, I'm going up 1 over 2, up 1 over 2. So change in y is 1, change in x is 2, so my slope is 1/2, and my line would be y equals 1/2 x. And then if I go to the last blue point, from the origin, I'm going to have to go down 3 spaces and right 2 spaces. So my change in y is -3 because I moved down, and my change in x is 2. So my rule or my equation is y equals -3 halves. Oops, sorry about that. Y equals -3 halves x. Now, like I said, Desmos would be connecting these for you as you go, or when you hit the submit button, it will create lines for you as you're going. It'll make the lines that your equations create. So if your lines are correct, it will follow the directions. It'll go through the origin and through one of the blue points. And if it doesn't do that, then one of your equations is incorrect and you need to fix them. And one of the last examples you'll see is where you have a black point on the y-axis, so that's our y-intercept, and they want us to write the equations of lines that go through that y-intercept of 1 and then through one of the other points on the graph. In this case, the points are blue, so we need to go from a black point to a blue point and connect those together. So they already did one for us, y equals -2x plus 1, Notice the slope is negative because that line is going down to right 1. And the starting value, or the y-intercept, is here, where y is 1. So y equals negative 2x plus 1. So now I'm going to go from the blue point on the bottom left up to the black point, the y-intercept. So to get there, I have to go up 4 and right 2. So my change in y is 4. My change in x, oops, sorry about that. My change in x is 2. So my growth is 2. So y equals 2x, and my intercept, remember, was the black point on the y-axis, so that is 1. Y equals 2x plus 1. And so my line would look like this. And now I'm going to go from my y-intercept to this blue point in the top right corner. And to do that, I have to go up 1, 2, 3, and over 4. So my change in y is 3, and my change in x is 4. So I get y equals 3/4 x plus 1. Remember, it's plus 1 because my y-intercept, it has to touch the point on the y-axis, the directions told me. So my y-intercept is 1. So it's going to look like this. All right, I hope that helps. Good luck with your Desmos activity. If you need to, watch this video again to help you. Thank you.